Hello everyone, this is Hitesh Mhatre, HOD, Computer Engineering Department of Praveen Patil College of Diploma Engineering and Technology. Today we are going to learn about DDL commands. So the different DDL commands that we are going to learn today are create, alter, drop, truncate, describe and rename. Starting with create. The create table statement is used to create a new table in a database. The syntax for this is create table, table name. Now this is the table name that you can define any name. Open the parenthesis, column name. This is the attribute. The data type, we have already discussed different data type. Similarly, we can have n number of columns. So create table, then your table name, open your parenthesis, column name, data type, comma, again you can add n number of column names and at the end close the parenthesis and the semicolon. The column parameters specify the names of the column of the table. The data type parameter specifies the type of data that can hold. Example varchar, integer, date, etc. Let's see an example. Now here we are going to create a table named persons and it will contain a 5 columns such as person ID, last name, first name, address and the city. So the SQL statement will be as follows: create table persons, opening parenthesis, person ID of type integer, last name of type varchar, and I am specifying the size here, that is maximum 255. Similarly, first name varchar 255, address varchar 255 and city varchar 255. Close the parenthesis, semicolon. So when you run this statement, you will get an output like this. So a table is created with person ID, last name, first name, address and city. Now since we have just created a table, we will see there is no record in this table. So there is a blank, record is blank. Then we have alter table. Now alter table statement is used to add, delete or modify the columns in an existing table. The alter table statement is also used to add and drop various constraints of an existing table. So we will look constraints later on. So alter table for adding a column. Now to add a column in a table, we have a syntax like this: alter table, the table name where you in which you want to add a column, then add column name and data type. So this will add this column name with this data type. Now important point to note here is that the characters that I have colored here in blue are the keywords, means it should be used as it is. Your table name can be anything of your choice, column name of your choice, data type from the specified data types what we have. But using alter table, so this should be the table that is being existing. So example, so this is what table I have, for example, with say ID, last name, first name, address and city. Now I'm using a alter table, person, add, date of birth and type date. So I'm adding a column whose title is date of birth and it is of type date. So when I execute this query, I will get result like this. So this was the initial table. Now after altering, I have added another column here, that is date of birth. Now since I have or added column later on, the values in that particular column are empty. Values in that particular column are empty. Now alter table, drop column. Now I want to remove that particular column. So to delete a column in a table, we use alter table, table name, drop column and the column name. Now here you don't need to specify the data type, just specify the column name. But when you're altering table and dropping a column, that it may happen that some of the database do not allow you to delete a column. So while using this type of queries, be careful. So we will just see an example. Again, see, this is the table where we have already added date of birth as a column. Now we will remove the same column. So alter table persons, drop column date of birth. So what I'm doing here is I'm again removing this column. So when I execute this query, so again, so here we were having 6 columns. Now this date of birth column has been dropped. So I cannot see here the date of birth column. So this will be the result. Then we have alter table to alter or modify your column. Means you are not adding a column nor you are dropping a column, but you are making some changes, maybe change in data type. So you are modifying the column. Now when you are using SQL Server or MS Access, the syntax is alter table, table name, alter column, column name and data type. So table name is already existing, column name also existing, there is a change in data type. So when you're using this SQL Server or MS Access, this is the syntax. But when you're using MySQL or Oracle, that is the versions previous to 10G, then these are the syntax. Alter table, table name, modify column, column name and data type. So again here your table name should exist, your column name should exist, you are just changing the data type, and the only difference between these two syntax is that here we are using a alter, here we are using a modify. If you are using Oracle 10G or later version, then the syntax becomes alter table, table name, modify column name and data type. Here you can see the keyword column is not used in 10G or later version. Again here also your table should exist, your column should exist, and there is a change in data type. Coming to the drop table statement is used to drop an existing table in a database. So syntax is simple, drop table, table name. Now this table should exist in your database. Now important note, before dropping a table, this will, you have to see whether that table is actually not required, because if you drop a table, then all the information that is stored in the table will be lost. For example, like there is a table existing shippers, so drop table shippers. So from my database this table will be deleted. I will not have this table in my database anymore. Then is the truncate. The truncate table statement is used to delete the data inside the table but not the table itself. So syntax is truncate table, table name. Now what it states that the difference between drop and truncate is that when you drop a table, the structure of the table also gets deleted. Means what are the columns, what are the data types, all gets deleted. But when you use truncate, the data stored in the table gets deleted but not the table itself. Means the structure of the database table remains. For example, I am deleting a table name orders, that is truncating a table name orders. So truncate table orders. Now when I check the orders table, I can view the table, but only thing is that I cannot view the data inside that because I have truncated the table. Table is present in my database, but it does not have any values because of this statement, truncate. Next is DESC, or you can say as a describe. Now SQL DESC statement is used to describe the list of column definition for specified table. You can either use DESC or describe as a complete statement. Both will return the same result. Now describe statement is used to get the following information. First is the column name, then column allows null or not null, means if you specify that column as a not null, means whenever you insert a data into that, you cannot leave that column as empty. But if it is null, so you can leave that as an empty. By default it is null. Data type of that column, and with database size precision, and if numeric data type scale, means data like we have say number, then what is the size, if it is character then what is the size. Syntax is very simple, DESC table name, or you can write complete describe table name. Example like DESC user info. So while executing this query, I will get result like this, like the column name, say column name, I have number, name, address and contact number. These are the column names, whether null or not null. Now it specifies this is not null. Here I have not specified, but by default it is null. Type, it is of number of size 3, means 3-digit number. Name, varchar up to 30 characters. Address, varchar up to 70 characters. Contact number up to 12 characters. So this is the information that I get when I describe a table. Next is the rename. Rename table syntax is used to change the name of the table. Now why we require this? Because sometimes we choose a non-meaningful name for the table, and it becomes very difficult when you have a large number of database and you want to identify what table it is. Because generally what we see is like when you're creating a table, okay, table 1, table 2, table 3, like this. But sometimes when you have n number of tables, it becomes very difficult, because when you create a relationship between this table, it becomes very difficult to identify this. So it is required to be changed. Syntax very simple. Rename the old table name, that is the existing table name, to the new table name, the name that you want to give to the table. So example like rename. So initially while creating a table I have given the name XYZ. Now I think that there is a need to change this name, so rename XYZ to say student info. So this will be the new name of the table. So I hope all the concept regarding the DDL commands are clear. If you have any doubt, you can reach out to me on these details. Thank you.